Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm a beardy man, and it is time to N'Zoth. Nearly. So, we're going to be playing the N'Zoth Paladin today. Because, first of all, I love Control Paladin. Also, why is my camera so tilted? There we go. Ah! It's actually hard for me to focus with that much tilt. Yeah, so I love Control Paladin. Control Paladin's one of my favorite archetypes from the early days. And the N'Zoth Paladin even runs a lot of cool cards like Humility. Obviously N'Zoth, but also like Cairn and Solemn Vigil, and even the Stampeding Kodos. And I still need Forbidden Shaping, which is like one of the most important cards in the entire deck. So I gotta open up some decks. Ooh, that's getting dusted. So we're gonna do a little opening there, and we're gonna hop right into it. I think I'm at rank 5? Rare. So that was me spending all the gold that I own. Let's see, how are we doing? We're at rank... Ooh, 4 and change. Okay. So let's go ahead and craft. Let's chuck these. And let's show some golden cards. Let's get rid of this puppy. I think we're actually just gonna have to buy some packs. Disenchanted. Don't need any other worshippers. Now, we could just keep chucking neutral or epics out the window. We could just start getting rid of, I don't know, some really key things like Force of Nature. I think I dusted my Forces of Nature. Wisps of the Old Gods. Am I ever going to use this card? Am I ever going to use this one? No. Let me just make sure. Summon 7/1/1 Wisp for Deer means +2/+2. No. It's gone. We're done with it. Also, I gotta take my eyeball out, because my eyeball dried up, man. I was drinking plenty of coffee today, and when I do that and don't drink enough water, my eye gets dry. And I would say it makes me cry, but it does the opposite. It just makes them all gross. Yeah, we're never using that one, man. We're never using that one. Bestial Wrath? I don't know. I don't know, man. I like my hunter cards. Lock and load, yeah. I'm making this hard on myself. Let me do a nice and easy search function. Well, these all seem good. Your hero power becomes summon a 1/1 Murloc. This could be cool. This could be a cool one, so we're gonna hang on to that one. These are all very reasonable cards. We've got to go to the generics. We got to just look at these and say, honestly, who am I? Whenever you play a card with Battle Cry, gain +1/+1. Absolutely not. Alright, let's N'Zoth. Let's make it custom. Oh. N'Zoth. N'Zoth. There we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and craft. There we go, Forbidden Healing. So this is an important card in the deck because so often when we're low, we can run this puppy out. It's so sick. Also, it's always on curve. Ooh, I think it's also one of the best potential heals out there. So, that's great. Let's see. I know there's a Humility in the deck. I believe not 2, just 1. So looking through here. Oh yeah, there's absolutely double equality with some Pyromancers. There's definitely double Alder Peacekeeper. Definitely double Consecration. I think there's a Keeper of Gul'daman. 2 True Silvers. 2 Solemn Vigils, I believe, in the deck list I looked at most recently. I can just look this up later. Ragnaros, Light Lord, yeah. Tyrion. I don't think that there is a Lay on Hands because we have cheaper card draw. Okay, so I know that there's 2 Doomsayers to help with the board clear. 2 Wild Pyromancers to combo with Equality, and it also combos with Forbidden Healing, like, really nicely. There's the 2 Acolytes of Pain, which is fantastic. We also have some of the All-Stars, Sylvanas, Cairn, Some just juicy death rattles. I know there's a Spellbreaker, because who doesn't love the 4-mana Silence? Because Silence is super dope. There's like a Harvest Golem. Holy shit, am I going to remember the entire thing? This is not my list, by the way. This is not me doing this on the fly. Oh, N'Zoth! Oh, I really want to remember. Rush card. Shit. Alright. Let me go look at the list. Oh, God. Harrison Jones. And so, when you look at this deck, you go, oh, hey, there's some pretty good card draw, right? We have 2 sources with the ability to draw 2 with Solemn Vigil, and a lot of stuff's going to die with quality Pyromancer. We have the Acolyte of Pain. We even have Harrison Jones. And it's really just play out all your little nerds, and then boom, N'Zoth, win condition it up. So it's actually okay to go deep. Deep into the deck. Full control, baby. The majority of competitive lists run LOH and Edric the Pure. I don't remember what LOH is.
Uther versus Jaina.
You asked for it.
I will fight with honor.
I do have Edric the Pure. Let's see here. I'm gonna go to Strife Crow's list. I'm just gonna go ahead and hang on to the True Silver Champion. I've seen a lot of people run 2 Humilities. Let's see. Oh, there's an Elise Starseeker in some of these. 2 corrupt. Oh yeah, I've seen the corrupted heal bots. Those are really, really cool. So we should have 4 death rattles. We have the Harvest Golem. We have Tyrion. We have Karin. We have Sylvanas. Lay on Hands. Really? Runs Lay on Hands. Really? This one I believe is from. I don't really know if you need the Lay on Hands. I feel like you wouldn't. Generally, Justicar True Heart is a good choice. There's an interesting one. Corrupted Healbots I don't feel like I need. Lay on Hands I don't feel like I need. Infested Torn is pretty good too. That could be true. That one sounds pretty tight.
Reporting for duty.
But Edric the Pure is pretty dope. What might I cut if I wanted to do that? I'm not entirely convinced, because here's the thing, is that, like, I could go for something... Ooh! Hello, baby cat. Like, if I go for something that has more power cards, like Justicar in it, that lets me really use my hero power a lot, and really crush shit that way. Or, here you go this way. Here you go, put me down. I think this...
For justice!
It's not really going to be bad to do this. Is Tyrion not in this? No, Tyrion is in this.
That belongs in a museum.
Well, you know, what? Let's kill him with a weapon. Really show him who's boss.
For justice!
I really think this might be some sort of... I don't think Freeze Mage runs this. But anyways, yeah, I feel like by putting more card draw in here, it's just increasingly saying, hey, look, dude, we're just gonna go for the mega combo.
None may steal our secrets.
For justice!
We're just going to quickly get Karin Sylvanas, Ragnaros Light Lord out. We're going to stay alive until we can just suddenly, boom, slam it all back out again. So I sort of am interested in this idea that tries not to get the most amazing board possible. Doesn't try to do something where there's like 6 extremely high valued things that came back. Whoa! gonna do this, right?
Let the pain speak not in my house.
I'm gonna go ahead and hurt him a little. Yeah, no, I totally lost my train of thought. But basically, like, I played control decks that have a lot of big, scary, high-end things, and it's like, with almost any 5 cards in your hand, you have some real power in there to be able to, like, put some big threats out. Then I play the control decks that have, whoa, excuse me, Sheriff, that have a lot more answers and draw, and then a small amount of big threats, but do something very smart and efficient with them. Hi, baby cat. I think in terms of cards to cut, I've never been a huge fan of 2 Acolytes.
Time runs out on me.
Never been the hugest fan of 2 Acolytes you know what I'm trying to say. I might cut one and put in Edric. Hi, sweetheart. Oh, yeah, you're a cat. Like that.
Your magic
And is this alright? Is this okay?
Not in my house.
And I mean, even though this is weird, I actually don't think I even draw because I'm at 8. I can possibly get milled, so. Do I plan on taking part of Movember? No. No, I'm not quite thinking about November right now.
I'm not lonely anymore.
So, we're actually making some progress here. Nice. Forbidden healing. Actually, so if I do this, woo.
Last warning.
So if I do this, I will go to 10. But I'll probably be able to spend all my shit.
The battle.
I don't think I want to run this out yet. Oh, you're so happy. You're such a happy baby cat. I also got rid of Kodo. Dude, I can't get rid of the Kodo. The Kodo is just too much the awesomest card in the whole world. Oh. Well, since I have the combo, I may as well use it. Like, I feel like he would have used Flame Strike several times already.
Follow the rule.
I feel like I'm in the beta. Look at this. I have a Harvest Golem. I just did a Kodo combo. Because you remember the Ultra Control Paladin that I first ran, right?
I have no time for games.
This is going to get a little low here. So I'm not actually that worried about this. I think I'm just going to continue to bash in the face. Size of B. And also many of you have been talking about the N'Zoth Dragon Priest with Reno. Or Dragon Paladin with Reno. Be into that. I don't know, for some reason, I've just never quite been into Dragon decks. Gosh, you know what's really weird? I've never really been into anything tribal in card games. I like thematic consistency. I like spell power decks, or I remember I did like a populate heavy green-white deck. Called cop-out tokens, man. When did I get Gold Paladin? I don't know. I have no idea. I'm feeling rather crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I mean, we're close to winning. Unless he has some sort of healing. Not even slithers? Do you mean slivers? Slevers? Can't revive a golden paladin. Man, this eye is so dry, I can't believe it. It is the driest little eyest. Well, maybe I can just draw my third True Silver Champion and win the game. He's feeling the pressure for sure.
Put your faith in the light. Reporting fatigue.
I'm not afraid anymore. Yeah, I've never been that big of a fan of tribal things. Yeah, I loved running Populate token decks. That was awesome. I love spell power decks in this game. That's totally awesome. I mean, in a way this sucks, but also in a way, like, what are you gonna do? You know? Just gonna take this one. I just run too good. I just run like way better than he thinks that I run. That's how I run. So if he was struggling and running out all sorts of Frost Novas before, I'm gonna assume that he doesn't have a Flame Strike unless he drew it off the top. I think that's a reasonable presumption. Hoodwink 101 says, Sean, do you have a nice weekend? Wait, was that one off the top?
All upon us.
Earth, mother, upon us. Yes, I'm gonna go to Solemn Vigil. A Flume Fair. I ran out the Wild Pyromancer. I have 2 qualities. I guess I'll just keep this right now. I think there's almost no way I'm going to lose this. I think. Retron's asking what I think about the format. I love the format. I love playing Hearthstone these days. Okay. I don't think we've seen a lot of copies of things. This could be Reno. This could be Reno-y. I think I might just want to ping to get a little caught up on cards. I really don't think this is a mirror entity.
I have no time for games.
Reporting fatigue.
That
The
meant
battle.
turn to get ready.
The battle.
If we're gonna go to fatigue, I want to win, man. I want to win. He just started to stable. Stable at 6. That's good. That's also good. Nice. Okay, so I'm pretty sure this is a Reno deck. That seems very reasonable to Reno. And I've already run out all my death rattles, so I'm just gonna slam it. Blah, blah. So this is perfect. So here's my big win condition. I think that was a really good N'Zoth turn, because we've seen the Frost Nova, the Blizzard, and the Flame Strike. We're pretty sure he's doing something rather Reno-y. So that's probably an Ice Block, so it's going to pop. I mean, it's going to be very hard for him to... That was tight. That was pretty tight. I'm really glad then that I like pinged his card draw man.
All upon us. Reporting fatigue.
So I still think we're in really good shape, largely because we hit the Acolyte of Pain. I really think that that's super good for us. Because we're going to have 2 Forbidden Healings, because we just crafted them. I'm like 90% certain he has Reno. Seems good. Okay, I'm just going to keep playing these out, because I have a whole lot of disabling and clearing options. It'll be a little tricky if he gets Ansinopansonitis. Does he actually say live insect? He does. Wow, some people must only watch this Hearthstone channel. Live insect. So I'm trying to think of like what the Reno mage decks that I recall, like what they actually run. I know, because I was about to say Ragnaros is one of them. So this is gonna hit me in the face because we were on really good.
I'm almost out of cards.
Isn't that just amazing the way that I can do that? So I'm actually gonna do this, and I'm not gonna pop the ice block. It's not that important to me to pop it.
I'm almost out of cards.
Isn't it just amazing? Like, you really gotta admit I call it correctly often. I hope that someone can go back in time and look up all my Ragnaros calls. So he has 1 fireball. Probably has 2 fireballs.
I'm out of cards.
I'm out of cards! Yeah, you could be add the deck to the pure. Okay. So we're gonna do this. So that's an ice block, so he's gonna have Reno. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this. We're gonna play this, I think, as well.
I'm out of cards.
So he has 2 fireballs, right? How far since the beginning? I don't know. Probably the last 2 months. That would be
We're
cool.
gonna be rich.
So we know he has 2 fireballs, and he has 2 more random spells. I don't know what that is.
By the power of Ragnaros, I have the power.
So 5 would bring me to 16, and then I'd go to 14.
Reporting for duty.
So I'll go to 1 if he just bangs on me with everything, right? He has to have a Frost Bolt and 2 fireballs to win. Right?
I wonder.
Who knows what secrets will uncover?
Oh shit, that's really bad for us. Well, Chopo says, since the episode you initially brought it up on the 3rd, you're at 8 out of 11 rag calls. That's pretty high. Ooh, man.
I knew it!
So we're going to the Quality Pyromancer, of course. Of course we're going to do this. So we just took 2 damage, so next turn we're going to take 3 damage. So we're effectively at 15 health. So he can hit us with 2 fireballs.
Reporting for duty.
gotta say, I think we lost. Oh shit!
That
Whoops.
was a mistake.
I should have just coined, man.
Reporting for duty. Well played.
And we lose.
Victory is yours.
I'm gonna pull out one acolyte and put in Jedrick. Jedrick the Pierre. Although, here's actually what I'm gonna do. Here's what I really want to do. I know a lot of them are running Jedricks. So, Jedrick is a choice for us, certainly. No, it's not. What happened to my Edric? I thought I owned this. Well, I guess I'm just gonna put a Justicar in. Upon actually playing this a little bit, I think that there is room for a Justicar in here. I think there is. I think there is. I can't believe I don't have Edric. Yeah, I am gonna do a little Justicar, because we can always play that on curve.
Versus Valera.
Mistress Satchel. Needs old Shredder. Oh yeah, going huge.
I will fight with honor.
I think I don't want to do anything gigantic. How many Death Rattle minions do I have? I don't have a terribly large amount. I just have a handful of 4. 3 sick ones and an okay one. I think one of the things that hurt was the polymorph. Jamonkey says, then what's the point? Yeah, I really don't think that N'Zoth needs a shitload of things summoned on the board. A shitload of Death Rattle minions. Because, so, here's how I'm thinking of it. What is an N'Zoth deck? Just fundamentally, it's a really control-heavy deck. I will claim. Why? Because you both need to play a lot of Death Rattle minions, then have them die, and then play N'Zoth. And so, I have to ask myself the question, how do I get to that point? I'm not going to say N'Zoth again. How do I get to that point? And I feel like the answer is, oh, I put in many, many, many cards that help me stay alive and draw to get to this condition. And so what I don't necessarily need is a huge, powerful swing. I just need to deny all the threats to ensure that I have a higher probability of getting to a really solid swing. Because what I don't want to do is die half the time before I ever even get close. And the other half of the time, I play N'Zoth and sometimes lose anyways. So in this circumstance, I like this. I like this idea of, nope, I'm shooting for consistency. What do I really want to run out? I'm gonna do this. Because if I can get to N'Zoth like 80% of the time, and I can do it really quickly, so that's the thought. If there's one thing that I have slowly, painfully learned throughout the years of trying to play card games, it's that, like, sometimes the most effective thing is really not to go big. It's to be just over the line. You know what I mean? Like, because I remember when I was, like, very early, very newbie as a Magic the Gathering player, I'd be like, oh my god, I'm against an aggro deck. I need to have so much healing. I used to do all this healing. What would happen is that I would heal like up to 30 and then just plummet back down. Or I would heal up to 30 and run out of cards in my hand.
The end is coming!
Reporting for duty.
Reporting for duty. Come on, kill me, man. Kill me! Yeah, so I used to just like heal up and just have no cards left. And be like, oh my god, Or I would do control decks and I would put way too many finishers in there. I'd put like 12 huge, scary finishers. Like oh my god, I loved that. Yeah, and okay, and I'm the Shadow says healing magic was great when you ran Sarah Avatar. I had a Sarah Avatar as a kid, man. Star, where stars equal to your health, man. I had a huge angel. Oh, it was tight, man. This is stickier. Also, I can do this thing sooner, which is tight. And so, like, over time, I started to like understand and appreciate the idea of like a control deck only needs like 2 finishers in Magic. Like, you only really like you can put in like 2 Griselbrands and be like pretty good, or you can put in like
so many options.
What the fuck is it? Angel of Serenity. You know, you don't need like 12. You need like a few, just a little, like a teensy bit. Because if you get if you get that finisher out and you can protect it, that's just as good as playing a finisher, having it die, and then playing another finisher out again. And I mean, it's sort of like the same principle applies in StarCraft too. When you're like, you know, looking at a strategy and thinking about a strategy, you go, oh, okay, well, I could build 4 Immortals and hold this rush off. Or, yeah, I guess I'll just draw Consecration off the top. I think that sounds like the right play. Ooh, can work. Could be dead.
Reporting for duty.
It would have been better to run at Harrison Jones. I mean, Ragnaros Lightlord's gonna help a ton. Yeah, in StarCraft, you're like, I could build 4 Immortals to really hold this thing off. Or I could build 2 Immortals and place them really smartly with my buildings placed really smartly, and then I can just free up all sorts of other stuff elsewhere, right? It's like you do the important thing just like slightly, just barely enough, so you have all the free room left over. Alright, let's win in fatigue. So then he's probably gonna get another. I think he's gonna go hit, and I'm gonna have to Ragnaros Lightlord it.
For honor.
That plays pretty clear. Only for us. Yeah, because I'm looking at this and I'm going, okay, in this moment, I could be putting way more Death Rattles in this deck. I could be going ham on Death Rattles, flooding them out. But I look at this position and I'm like, man, thank God I actually have Ragnaros. That's like really great. And man, you know what I feel low on? I feel low on. We are more than likely dead. Yeah.
Well played.
The victory is yours.
And I feel like that's the game that's like, yeah, that's why I want to make sure I have enough control elements to be able to stay alive. So maybe Justicar Trueheart could go into something else defensive. I'm going to leave it in for a while. I'm going to leave it in for a little bit. We're going to take a very, very quick break here just to get some water. BRB.